Whoa. That was quicker than I thought it would be. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we'll be reviewing a 2022 Mercedes S500. First and foremost, though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Mercedes-Benz of Farmington, Utah for giving me some time with this S500. This one is available for sale for the time being. They also have some S580s as well if you want to bump up to the V8 powertrain. Something that I love about the Mercedes-Benz of Farmington, by the way, is the fact they are a one-price store, so they're going to make your buying experience super easy and straightforward. Like I said, link to their inventory in the description down below, and then also on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into the video. So under the hood, we have a turbocharged 3-liter inline-6 that's paired to a mild hybrid system and a 9-speed automatic transmission. Total power outputs are 429 horsepower and then 384 pound-feet of torque, with fuel economy being 21 around town and then 30 on the highway. Now let's go to the front end of the S500, and what you guys will notice is it looks just like every other S-Class. So notice here we've got the distinctive lines on the hood, and I love this metallic gray. It looks so cool with the S-Class. We have the S-Class emblem that you can jiggle a little bit, and then notice here with the other Mercedes logo just right next to it, which is kind of funny. And then you can see here we've got this sensor here in the center there with the camera in the bottom corner, and then notice here with the lights, you've got the LED daytime running lights with the LED headlamps as well. And then you guys can see how the trim is all blacked out here. Parking sensors there in the center portion. But yeah, notice there with the chrome trim. And yeah, I mean, overall, it looks pretty much just like, well, every other S-Class. Now coming around the side here, we've got two 55mm tires wrapped around 21-inch wheels in the front, and then two 85mm tires wrapped around 21-inch wheels in the back. If you guys are wondering, the sidewall number is 35, so 255, 35, 21. Anyways, you guys can see here with the design on the wheels, you've got the silver there on the top and then the black below that. And then notice you've got the Mercedes-Benz script there on the brake caliper. It'll be easier if I go a little bit closer. Still kind of hard to see, but trust me, it is there. This also does have the quote-unquote Airmatic air suspension. And then notice how the fender's molded. Again, this gray color looks really cool with the body lines on the S-Class. You guys can see there with the little light there and the mirror for the turn signal indicator. And then notice here with all the chrome trim around the windows and then on the pop-out door handles. And if we take a few steps back, yeah, it's a big car. So here's our key fob. We have our lock function or unlock function, and then the opening here for the trunk. All you have to do is just hold that down and it'll pop it all the way open. You'll see here we've got this nice metallic trim, and then notice here with the storage space inside of the S-Class, it's quite spacious indeed. And then you can see the storage space underneath, and well, now we have this situation where this bag wants to go down there. Okay, anyways, well, other than the bags falling out of the side there, you guys can see it's a pretty practical place. Also, we got the AMG floor mats. That's pretty cool. We're just gonna put that back in that little area, and then we can just press this button right here, and boom, the trunk is closed. Now going over the rest of the rear of the S-Class, pretty simplistic from a design perspective. Notice we do have this low profile spoiler here. Got our 4MATIC badge, our S500 logo. I really like the design detail with the taillights here on the S-Class. You guys can see just really intricate. And of course with the S-Class you have the light show in the back and then mainly in the front. The front lights do a really funny dance. But yeah, I think they did a really good job with the overall design. And then you guys can see the covers for the exhaust tips there at the bottom. And there you go. Popping into the back of the S500, you guys will notice tons of really nice leather here all over the door panel, and you can see the metallic trim that looks fantastic. Look at that for the window controls and for the sunshades that also come with this. Even this window gets its own little sunshade. Love the look of the speakers for the sound system. Notice it says Mercedes-Benz right there. And then here are the seats in the rear. You can see really cool design there all down the center with those flowy lines. And then stepping in, it's really easy to get in. You pretty much just step right across. Tons of room. I mean, yeah, room for years. Notice here with the little storage space, and then we got some vents here in the center. And if we press this, you guys can see the little charging ports. Then of course, we have our fancy center console armrest here in the back that also, well, has that. That's pretty cool. Other than that, yeah, just a really nice place to be. And we even get our own sunroof here in the back too. Look at that. We are truly living the life of luxury back here. Let's head to the front. Now here is the front door panel. You guys can see again with the material use, it is absolutely fantastic. And I love how the door lock and unlock are integrated into the handle. That's pretty cool. And then notice here with all of the seat adjustments on the side, we do have memory seats. We do have heated and cooled seats. And then also you can adjust the passenger side from the driver's side, which is funny. And then notice here with the window controls, again, the fit and finish on them is really nice. And then you can see with the mirrors, you can power fold them in. They also have blind spot monitoring. Now this does have soft closed doors, so you just have to get it up to that point, or maybe a little bit further. There you go. Then it'll close the rest of the way for you. It's supposed to be like a chauffeur thing so that you don't have like this harsh, just like slam, obviously. And then also the light controls are here on the door panel, which is kind of interesting. Anyways, we have the pillows on the headrests, which are very nice. And then notice here with the design on the seats, looks fantastic. And then you can see here with the pedal layout down below, again, looks really nice from a trim perspective. And then we have these little clicky buttons for the vents, which is kind of funny. Anyways, let's pop in. So here is the steering wheel with the S-Class. Really nice material use, as you can see, tons of leather. And then I love this design piece right here. And then obviously we got some piano black trim there and on the controls. So this controls the center stack, as in the infotainment system. And then this controls like your voice command, volume controls, phone controls. We have our cruise control on the other side. This one controls the actual gauge cluster right there. And then we do have nice paddle shifters here on the back for that 9-speed. Then your turn signal, windshield wiper stock. And then you've got the column shifter here. And then one last thing I want to mention is these vents have a really cool function on them. So notice how the lines are going away. Now this is closed, and then 3 is all the way open with the vents, which I don't know, I think that's pretty cool that you can actually just like change the airflow in that way, as well as obviously adjusting things here in the climate. Now here is the center infotainment screen. Again, remember we've got that little control dial there on the left side where we can change up the look, so we can make it be a giant map view if we want, for example, or you can have like different bits of info, like literally whatever you want, or you can just change it to be a completely different gauge cluster as well. There's just so many different options, which I don't know, I think it's pretty cool overall, just all the usability. And other than that, well, that's the gauge cluster. Now here is our infotainment screen. It's actually very large. First off, if we pop it into reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. And then you'll notice that we've got all of the other camera views here on the S-Class. It is a pretty large car, so it's cool that we do have all these different viewpoints, which will help out with parking it. And then as for the rest of the screen, you guys can see kind of like the main screen right here. Down below, we've got like our kind of auxiliary section of the screen. It's the best way to describe it. Notice we've got our climate controls here, and we do have some physical buttons at the bottom for like the volume, for example. It is a slider, so you can just slide your finger on it. And then we do have the drive mode select. Notice we can go from comfort, which is probably what most people drive this in most of the time, and it lets you know when it adjusts, to we have an eco mode, right, for economical driving. And then we have on the other side, a Sport Plus, and then finally we have an individual mode there on the very end. And you can touch these icons on the screen, or you can do the little dial down below for all of that. But that's not all. There's more with the infotainment system. If you press the home screen button again, notice all of these little features will pop up, like comfort for, oops, I pressed the wrong one. Let's try it again. Comfort, for example. We've got the massaging seat function, which is kind of like an S-Class thing here. You can change the ambient lighting, and so yeah, there's a lot. Now here's our center console. You just kind of click that lid back, and then this will expose some storage space here. We do have a wireless phone charger, which works very well. Got some USB ports, some more cup holders, and then you can see here with the other center console, yeah, lots of storage space, and then just clicks back into place. Glove box is very large in the S-Class, which is fitting because it's very large sedan. I love this dash. Looks really cool. And then you can see the leather there at the top, and it all connects, by the way, in the line. They did a really good job with the design, and you can probably kind of see the ambient lighting there a little bit. Yeah, this interior at night just looks absolutely amazing. And then we've got our sunroof here for the front passengers. You guys can see the control for the sunroof, just a slider with your finger. And then Mercedes mirrors, which always look good. So here's our window sticker for this S500. You guys can see the standard equipment that comes with this from the factory. Notice the base MSRP on the S500, $111,100. They should have just made it 111, so it was like 11111. That would have been kind of funny. Anyways, notice that this has quite a few options added to it, including those 21-inch wheels. Total MSRP after all options is $120,025. And, well, let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood. I love how you can see the emblem there. Both the mirrors which do have blind spot monitoring, and throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. So, setting off in the S500, and we're doing the activating massage because it's really hot outside, so I don't really want to do like one of the heated seat massages because, well, yeah, it doesn't exactly make sense, but it's still so nice to get a massage. Now let's talk about the S-Class. You guys know that I had an S580 for a week as a demo, and I absolutely loved the car. My wife also loved it as well. She's like, we need to buy one, and I'm like, well, it's expensive. But here's the deal. This literally drives just like the S580. I'm not really noticing any difference in terms of the driving dynamics so far. Seat comfort is absolutely amazing. Like, these are the most comfortable seats in the car industry, like hands down. Like, just the bolstering and just everything is just perfect. Like, and you get the pillow headrest there in the back, which just like adds to it. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, so this really tries to save on gas because it's right now the engine's off. Yeah, it's interesting that this will do like rolling auto stop start, which a lot of cars like you have to be at a full stop, whereas this is pretty aggressive, but it's also seamless with it. So like you don't really feel it happening, which is great. Other stuff with this interior is beautiful. Even in, again, quote unquote base model S-Class, really nice material use all throughout. The design's amazing. Everything like just feels really high quality. Fit and finish feels really solid as well. And I think they've just done a really good job here with the interior on the S-Class. And also, like, there's an amusement park right there with people screaming on roller coasters. Can't hear them. Like, the sound deadening with this is just fantastic. This engine's actually pretty quiet. You can hear it a little bit, but you know, I'm driving how I imagine someone in an S-Class would drive. They're not going to go full throttle. They're going to just kind of like lightly get up. And it feels, yeah, it's quiet. It feels really good. I'm super impressed so far. I'll actually pop it into the Sport Plus mode. So it is going to change things up with the suspension and all that. And by the way, speaking of suspension, so comfortable. I still have yet to drive another car that I feel like drives as smooth as the S-Class. This really is the benchmark for luxury and ride quality, frankly. A lot of other manufacturers are releasing cars with a lot of crazy techie bits, but they seem to have not been able to quite nail down like the whole luxury feel the S-Class has, again, with the sound deadening, with the smooth ride quality. Just everything that this has going for it is just absolutely fantastic. We'll see how the turning is here because it's a big car. Yeah, super good too. Like, it is very, very comfortable going over this little. See, like every other car, there's like a little suspension clunk or something, pretty much. But this, it just completely takes you out of it. It is really cool. Whoa, that was quicker than I thought it would be. Wow. It's not as quick as the 580, obviously, because that has the 4-liter V8, but this thing moves. Again, I'm trying to put myself in like the S-Class owner mindset. I feel like that's more than enough. Like that, if you wanted to just get up and move. But again, just for like your around town driving, when you're just partial throttle, this has so much torque, and it just, that's great. So let's sum things up here with the S500. Basically, really the only difference I'm noticing between this and the S580 that I had as a tester for the week is frankly the powertrain. Everything else seems to be identical in terms of the space and the features. Now this is a little bit less money, right? And gets better gas mileage because of the powertrain. So yeah, I mean, I think that the S-Class I had was like $10,000 more than this roughly. I might be off by a little bit, but I think it was about $10,000 more. And here's what I have to say is, you know, if you're gonna be doing a lot of highway driving, then yeah, I think that if you're already spending over $100,000, another $10,000, right? It's not crazy. I think the S580 is worth it. But if you're mostly doing around town driving, I think that, yeah, save yourself $10,000 and you're gonna get the same exact experience as the S580. You just don't have the crazy acceleration and power, but that's fine because if you're driving around town, you're not gonna be using it anyways. I think that makes sense, right? So yeah, basically there's just a difference with powertrains and obviously cost. So let me know what you guys think about this. I'm super impressed. The new S-Class overall, I'm getting rolling and it's auto stop start. So interesting. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. That's gonna sum things up for our video on this S500. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Mercedes-Benz of Farmington for giving me some time with this S-Class. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see you.